everyone, thanks for checking me out again today. This video is actually going to be about the 10 top things that helped me grow my hair and keep it healthier. I always get questions like all the time, oh, what do you use, what product do you use, how did you get your hair so long, you know, it wasn't always that way, how it gets so healthy. And it's just like, you know, I want to tell them everything, or, you know, I tell them bits and pieces, but then when they leave, I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell them this, you know, I forgot to tell them that. It's not just one thing, you know, guys. It's a lot of things that you have to incorporate in your regimen, and it's like a change of lifestyle. So, you know, if you really want to, you know, grow your hair and make it a lot healthier, you have to be committed. So not only is it a change of lifestyle, you know, things you have to do, things you shouldn't do anymore, you also just have to stay committed, like I said. So let's just start. Now, a lot of these things you probably heard already, and, you know, I'm just basically doing a testimony, like saying that it is true. The first one is low manipulation styles. Not only styles, but overall handling your hair. You can't really touch your hair so much, you know, have your hands in your hair, because, you know, that takes away from the natural oils that your hair has. And you can't, you know, do too much with it every single day, because that causes stress on your hair, you know, because you don't want to pull on it too tight, you don't want to do too much tight styles, because our hair, especially our hairline, is very, very like fragile, and that part always stands out, that's the first part that always stands out. So you want to be very gentle and, you know, manipulating your hair. So low manipulation styling and handling is very important. That was number one. Number two, keeping your ends moisturized. I cannot say that anymore. When I first started reading about, you know, how to keep your hair more moisturized and less drier, you know, I started spraying my hair every day with water, not only in the mornings but at night. Now, not so much twice a day, you know, usually I do it once a day, either when I wake up or before I go to bed. It's usually better to do it at night, because then you'll put your satin scarf over, and that also helps keep in the moisture. And that's another step that I'm going to name later on down the road. So keeping your hair moisturized is very, very, very important, guys, especially for our hair type, because it is prone to dryness. Number three, staying away or minimizing the use of heat as much as possible. Me personally, I don't wear straight styles, so you won't see me, you know, flat ironing my hair more than like once a year, or blow drying it, or, you know, doing any of that stuff, because I just like, you know, wearing styles like this. But if you are the type to do that a lot, you know, whether it's, like I said, blow drying, flat ironing, sitting on the hair dryer, make sure you always protect your hair with like some type of heat protectant. I don't have it with me right now, but the heat protectant I use is by Tresemme, and it's the one in the black bottle with the red spray cap on top of it. There's a mousse one and there's a spray. It smells so good, and it protects up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So I recommend that for anyone who's curious of which hair heat protectant they should use. So yeah, be mindful. On that same note, also chemicals. If you chemically treat your hair, like relaxers, texturizers, coloring, you know, any of that type of stuff, always do that. For some of my friends who do relax their hair, instead of doing it every, I think, 6 weeks, they do it about, I think, 3 times a year. You know, they stretch it out as long as possible, but also do different styles and, you know, do home treatments to like help treat their hair in between their relaxers. So that's also very important. Chemicals, keep in moderation. Number 4, refraining from the use of brushes and combs. When I started educating myself on better hair care practices, and I read that, you know, the type of combs and brushes that we might be using, you know, could be causing us to break our hairs, like fine-tooth combs, hard bristle brushes. I like went through all my tools and like threw away, I think, half actually, yeah, I threw away probably 90% of my combs and brushes that I used to use. So anything from like I said, hard bristle brushes, fine tooth combs, tossed it out. And now, only thing I use is my wide tooth comb. And every now and then I'll use this Ouchless Goody detangling brush, but I rarely use it because when I detangle my hair, I always use my wide tooth comb for that. I mostly use this brush in my daughter's hair because I find it's more manageable with her. But recently, I just bought this brush, and this is a boarhead bristle brush. As you can see, it says it right here, 100% boar bristle. And I just use this sometimes to sleep my edges down if I don't have time to do it my usual way, which is just, you know, slick it down with some water and maybe some of my Eco Styler gel and put a scarf over it. Yeah, so I use this every now and then, but not all the time. Okay? But also, your best tools is your fingers. I'm telling you now, it's your fingers, because you can always feel what's a knot and, you know, if you're about to break something or not, you know. On that same note, other hair accessories such as clips, pins, clamps, you should be mindful of what you use and how you use it in your hair. Bobby pins, the only bobby pins I use now are by Goodies, and it's these kind. It looks like this. And the reason why I only use Goodies is because the way they make the ball points is very smooth and it never plops up. Like, I had these pins since 2011 and they're still in great condition. So keep that in mind. Don't just get any and every bobby pin. Like, get some good quality bobby pins. Also, if you used to use clips that have metal parts in them or scrunchies, like, be careful. Don't use them. Like, these scrunchies are also by Goody, and as you can see, there's no metal part to them. The way it's clapped together, they like sealed it with glue, I think. But it doesn't snag my hair. It doesn't break it or anything like that. And as far as clips and stuff like that, I don't really use like I use any type of like hard clips like that anymore, or anything with like sharp teeth. You don't want to do that. Number 5, trims. I'm not big on trimming. When I say that, I mean, like, you know, doing a full trim of your hair, because you don't necessarily need to trim your hair like that. When I trim my hair is if I see like a knot or a split end, and you know, that's it. And then I'll take my scissors and just cut that right off. And the scissors I use is actually hair shears, and this one is by Conair. And you should always invest in like a good pair of hair scissors, because you don't want to use just any and every scissors, because they're not sharpened for that purpose, and they might actually cause more damage than good. So as far as trimming, you don't have to do that like, was it every 2 months or something, because every time you trim off inches, like every 2 months, you're trimming off growth and you'll never
Number
see.
6
is protective styling. Now, I know a lot of you are probably like, oh, I hate that word, protective styling. I mean, don't look at it as a annoying, bad issue, bad thing. Look at it as, you know, something that will be worth your while. When I started my healthy hair journey, I always did styles like tuck and rolls, played up with scars, you know, something simple that fit my lifestyle at the time. And most of the time I didn't really care about like how my hair looked. I mean, as far as like, you know, always playing in it and stuff. So protective styling definitely did help, and it still is helping me grow my hair. Nowadays, since it's a little longer, I would like, you know, do buns, and still I'll do the tuck and rolls, and you know, some type of clip, something that I'm protecting my ends, because those are the most fragile part of your hair. Number 7, washing your hair more frequently. Yeah, so in the past, before I started my journey, I used to wash my hair, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this, probably every 2 months, maybe more, maybe less. but because I didn't have any knowledge of how to take care of natural hair, I wasn't really doing anything different as far as when I used to relax my hair. So yeah, my scalp would get dry, it would itch, and I would scratch, and it was just a big mess. But after I started reading and educating myself, like I said before, and realizing that washing our hair is actually good for our hair, I wash my hair once a week. In the beginning of my journey, I used to do it twice a week. So I'll have a wash day, which will be on the weekend, and then I'll do a co-wash in the middle of the week, like usually Wednesday or Thursday. Now, since it's longer and things in my life has changed, I don't do co-washes as much, but I definitely wash my hair once a week still. And when I wash my hair, I always use a sulfate-free shampoo, and I always use, conditioner. I'll also get to that later on in the video. Number 8, drinking a lot of water. As you know, our body is made up mostly of water, so drinking a lot of water is definitely important. On that same note as well, living a healthier lifestyle inside and out is very important. So eating your proper meals a day, taking your vitamins is very important. I will do another video on my vitamin regimen, and I'm not saying that solely helped me grow my hair. No, it didn't, because I'm not consistent with taking it, but it does make a slight difference, not big. I guess if I were to do it every single day, I would see a bigger difference, but since I don't, it's not I wouldn't say that's my number one. 9, helper. Your bedtime routine. Every time you go to bed, you should always wear either a satin scarf, cap, or sleep on a satin pillowcase. Anything but cotton, polyester, nylon, any of those fabrics, don't sleep on. Unless it's satin or silk, you can use that, because those two fabrics help lock in the moisture in your hair. Cottons, polyesters, nylons, all those other ones, they actually dry out your hair. So that's another reason why you shouldn't wear your hair out all the time, because the clothes we wear and the elements, the weather, it dries out our hair, So anytime you go to bed, even if your hair is not done, just make sure you just throw your cap over it and just go to bed. Balancing your protein and moisture. If that makes any sense, I'll try, and if that doesn't make any sense, I'm going to try and elaborate as well as possible. I've read in a few places that our hair is made out of protein, if you don't know, and if it's like fragile, if it breaks really easily, I don't remember exactly. I'll definitely do a better video on this topic. When I condition my hair, I either do 1 week I'll do a moisturizing conditioning, and then another week I'll do a protein conditioning. How I do it based on my hair health, 3 weeks of that month I do a deep moisturizing conditioning treatment, and then that last week, or the third to last week, I'll do a protein treatment, deep conditioning. Okay, if that makes any sense. Because since my hair is not that porous, if that's what the word, I don't have to put too much protein in my hair. Because if I put too much protein in my hair, that will actually cause more bad than good. But like I said, I'll do another video on that topic. And I know that was number 10. This is just another tip. This will be 11. Is sticking to a regimen that works for you and setting small goals for yourself. Everyone's hair is different, everyone's body is different, everyone's life is different, and what may work for me may not work for you. What may work for you may not work for me. So if your hair is responding well to a certain regimen that you've been practicing, stick with it. Don't get too head over heels on different products, because all that will do is make you become a product junkie. Believe me, I know some people like that already. And also, it'll just prolong your success rate. So you want to be very careful not to get into those habits. Also, when you set small goals for yourself, it kind of eases off the anxiety, and the anxiousness of like, you know, wanting to have longer hair and faster, because when you're always like doing length checks every single day or every other day, you know, you're setting yourself up for a failure, because you're going to, you know, get restless and want to give up. It's just like losing weight. You don't step on the scale every day after you went to the gym, you know, that first week, because you're not going to lose 10 pounds in 1 week, you know. It's going to be a process. You have to have a lot of patience, and you have to be committed. I mean, those are the two things that helped me along the way, is patience and consistency. And, you know, just not thinking about, just not focusing on, you know, growing my hair longer. You know, just don't make that your number one goal. Just saying to yourself that you want your hair to be healthier, you know, and, you know, live life. Real quick, I know I didn't say this before, I didn't show this before, but my conditioners, I'm so sorry, they're sitting right in front of me, I didn't show you. But these are the two conditioners that I use, and I say these are my staple conditioners. The first one is Herbal Essence Hello Hydration, and this is my moisturizing conditioner that I use. And then the second one is by Organics, and this is the Thick and Full Biotin and Collagen Conditioner, and obviously there's biotin in it, so that means protein. And these two conditioners, I'm definitely going to do a video of how I use them, and when I talked about the whole balancing protein thing, that's where it came in. I just wanted to add that. So that's pretty much it. I hope everyone got something from this video. I'm sorry, I'm just a little all over the place, but I just wanted to just kind of wrap up everything that I've done that I felt really helped my hair as far as growing and staying healthier these past couple years. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, don't hesitate to ask. You know, just leave it in the comment box below, and I will definitely be back with more videos.